Mr. Lebo, thank you so much for meeting with us today. I'd like to start with you before the special 15th year anniversary of the magnificent The Lion King performance, this Sunday, November 18th. You come from a very humble background.
Yes.
And you had the opportunity to compose, to create this beautiful Lion King performance. Can you tell us about that experience? How did you get to meet Hans Zimmer, and how did you get to do this?
My first project with Hans is a film called Power of One, which is my first movie as a composer. Some years ago, a Warner Brothers movie. I was still trying to find my way in Los Angeles, but we created a great formula with Hans how to incorporate big African choirs, drums with Eurocentric instrument and orchestration. And I think that even though the movie didn't do as great as anticipated, the soundtrack really put us out there. And I think I did one or two other projects with Hans, and I started working with everybody else in Hollywood until he was offered Lion King. And I came in to do, I think it was 1993, if I'm not mistaken, 2003? I can't even make up the mind. I came and did the demo.
Is it before you won the Grammy Award?
Yeah.
Then it has to be 93.
Yes, 93. Thank you. It's before Mandela becomes president in South Africa, so I was focused on that.
Before the special for Mandela.
Yeah. So I came in and did the demo. I arranged that and left, and 3 months later, I was called back in to work on the project. And of course, the movie became a huge success for Disney. And subsequent to the movie, they put together the Broadway production. And some 16, 17 years ago, we started working the Broadway show.
Have you been together with Hans Zimmer working on this for about 16, 17 years?
No, basically,
it's longer than that, isn't it?
No, Hans has not directly worked the Broadway show. It's actually me and Mark Mancina, the only two people that came from the movie who started working the show, musically and otherwise. And I wrote more songs in the Broadway show than I did in the movie. So we've been pretty much leading the Broadway show for the last 17 years now. 17
years. Yeah. And this Sunday is the 15th year special.
It's the 15th anniversary of the original Broadway show opening. But it took a year and a half or even two to put it together.
How different is this Sunday going to be than any other performance show of the Lion King performances? I know this is a special show because it's the 15th year anniversary.
Yeah. Well, it's different in many ways. One, because it's the 15th, and two, I'll be a guest performer. When we started, I was composer, arranger, choral director. I also was a cast member.
You were doing it all?
Yeah. And I survived there for 2.5 to 3 years and then left to go build the other shows. So I will be performing for the first time in more than 10 years with the production. So that's kind of like fun. I look forward to that. And
first time after 10 years. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm coming in with this one special performance.
First act or second act?
In the second act, yeah.
Oh, we look forward to seeing it then. Yeah. And are you going to be only doing it this Sunday, or are you going to perform in the subsequent?
Just
Sunday.
Special Sunday.
Sunday is very special then.
Yeah, and then there's one or two other things that I don't think I'm allowed to talk about.
Okay, we won't let you. Then, going forward, let's look at the future. 15 magnificent years. And now it's 7.4 billion in terms of the global box production. Is that right? Am I right with the numbers?
That's what somebody else made the money.
Okay. Well, globally, this is a huge number.
It's a huge success for Disney. At $7.4 billion gross, they own the property, and I'm very happy and excited for Disney.
So going forward, how many more years are we going to see you and The Lion King actually?
I will always be part of the Lion King Broadway show as long as it still maintains the interest of the public. I'm always there when we mount a new company anywhere in the world, create new productions. I actually produced the Lion King in South Africa. When I shut down and took a break, I produced the 10th show in the 10th anniversary. in South Africa, and then I took a break, and then I produced the opening and closing ceremonies of the FIFA World Cup in South Africa. So I've been sort of like on a break. So this is very exciting for me to come back full throttle involved in the Lion King. And it's easy to see, or hopefully, I think the Lion King will run for at least a much more longer time than 15 years into the future.
Next, so we're talking about another 15 years?
Yeah.
Next 15 years?
Yeah.
You just mentioned the demand. If the public interest is there and the demand is there, will be there. Given the economic situation of the global economy, the downturn, the recession that everybody is talking about, how have you viewed the demand, the audience's interest so far?
I don't get involved in the selling of the product to the masses or to the public.
But do you see a difference?
I think generally, even in the most traumatized countries in the world, people have a life, and people do get entertainment at some level. And I think what the Lion King offers the global community is one of the very few products in the world that incorporates family in an environment. It's very family oriented, and the themes of the Lion King are very global in humanity and how people should treat each other and things like that, even though it's deeply African inspired in essence. So I don't think, even when countries are at war, there will always be the human need for entertainment, especially positive family entertainment. So I don't know how much impact that has on money, but I imagine people will always need to be inspired. People will always have a natural need to be entertained.
No, you summarized it perfectly for our audience, actually, the impact and the value of the Lion King. In fact, my kids watched it and they loved it. And thank you so much. Is there anything that you'd like to share with our audience about the Lion King, the 15th year anniversary, the show, or going forward, the upcoming shows?
I think if nothing else, I'm grateful for having been part of a project that touches so many people in the world, especially children. Just to be around people that says, this project has been with me since I was a kid. And I said, well, since you're a kid, I'm still a kid. And you realize going all over the world that there's something special and human about the Lion King that touches people. And I hope that spirit remains there and remains unifying people of the world through music and art.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing it and sharing with us.